Welcome to another episode of St. Louis Presents. I'm Aprille Trupiano, your host, and I'm here with my guest co-host, Vern Fuller. Hi, Vern.
Hi, Aprille.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. We've got an amazing show for you today. So informative and so much talent on this show.
I know. We've got exciting stuff. We've
do.
got actually, because you know this is Autism Awareness Month.
Yes, I do.
So we've got Barb Goode from Autism Speaks, and we've also got Jenny Heim from the St. Louis Science Center celebrating a big anniversary. So we're going to talk about that.
And we also have Sonja Robinson, the rising star of artists. And I won't just say in St. Louis, you've got a really big thing going.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to the amazing work what you're going to do.
Yeah, actually, we are excited because you're gonna create a masterpiece while we're here, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Yay!
Thanks for the masterpiece part.
All right. Well then, let's get started. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of St. Louis Presents.
Welcome back to this episode of St. Louis Presents. Aprille, how are you today?
I am feeling good. It is so gorgeous outside. I got to tell you though, I'm so ready for spring.
Spring is here.
And I walked out and it was a lot chillier than I expected. So
Oh no, it's beautiful.
It's
It's
supposed
beautiful.
to get warmer, but it was a little chilly this morning. So, but it's gorgeous.
We've got so much amazing things happening in St. Louis, and it is so beautiful to be in St. Louis in the springtime.
It is.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
I was
it
in
is.
Forest Park last weekend with my daughters.
Yes.
Oh my God, the boathouse.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
The weather,
very nice.
everyone was there.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Oh my gosh, last week, well, it was the holiday, so I was with my family, of course.
Right.
Busy, busy, busy day Saturday, getting everything ready, prepping, and then Sunday was church with the family.
Sure.
And then, you know, just really eating all day. I mean, really, we grazed all day. It was so exciting, though. I even posted some pics on my Facebook that I've got my little niece.
I saw
cooking.
those.
She was cooking with me. It was so cute.
Awesome.
And my nephew was he was just so sweet, all happy. So
Let's talk about some of the things we have coming up in
Yes.
the greater St. Louis area. We have the Jazz Festival, April 18th, my birthday, through the 20th, presented by UMSL.
Yes,
That's going to
at
be
2 Hill.
amazing.
Yeah, you know, I've been out there before. Have you been to 2 Hill?
I have not been lately.
Oh my goodness, it's just a great venue, and so I'm really looking forward to this. I've got to get my ticks and make sure I'm there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you like jazz?
I do like jazz. I really do. Yeah.
Who's your favorite jazz artist?
I don't know that I have a favorite, seriously, because I like different genres of jazz. So I don't really have a favorite. It's just it's the mood that it puts me in. I love the mood of jazz. It's just yummy.
It is.
So,
Very
yeah.
creative.
Yeah.
Also, we have Earth Day on April 21st at the
Yeah.
Muni Grounds in Forest Park.
Yes. Earth Day is always a fun day. Are you taking the kids?
Of course.
Good.
Of course. Yeah. I'd like to expose them to all that
Yeah.
cultural stuff. That's the thing I love about St. Louis.
Yeah. Well, you know what's fun about Earth Day is that you can take the kids, they get to do activities. There's they get to paint, they get to, do art, creative things, and they also get to learn about how to take care of the earth. So it's educational and it's fun. So that's what I love
We've got
about
to do
Earth Day
that.
with
And
the
speaking
kids.
of painting, I'm so looking forward to Sonja Robinson's work.
Yes.
And just to give you guys a little insight, she just started this piece before the show began. She's going to be done at the completion of the show. And that is like, I don't see how someone can do that.
Well, you got to be good.
What talent.
You got to have focus, and you have to be good. I don't want to give all the juicy stuff away, but you're gonna love what you see coming up.
Hold back a little bit.
I know. So how are you gonna spend this weekend, this spring, with all this stuff going on?
With my daughters, Madison and Maya, we have our daddy time. We do our thing.
Yeah, very good, very good.
And we're gonna also have Barb Goode
Yes.
who is with Autism Speaks. And she's going to tell us all about that, increase our awareness, increase our enlightenment. And there's going to be a 5K color run.
Oh yeah,
the
St. Louis Color Run.
Yeah.
So gorgeous. You know, this is the second year that we've had it here in St. Louis. And this year, the Autism Speaks is the beneficiary. So that's really exciting. And this is, if you see the pictures up on the screen, it's not only fun, it's really stunning. It's really stunning. And it stems from, you know, the tradition of celebrating in, I believe it's India is where it starts, you know, that idea of sprinkling the color. And so it's really fun. These pictures are phenomenal. So welcome, Barb.
Barb,
Thanks.
welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Let's dive right in.
Okay.
You are with Autism Speaks.
I am.
And it's not just about awareness, it's about acceptance.
It is. That's one of the things that we try and create in Aprille. Just awareness, and ultimately it does boil down to acceptance. 1 in 88 children are affected by autism. And that's a lot of kids, and they needed the acceptance.
Isn't it 1 in 54 boys? Isn't it more prevalent in boys than girls?
It is more prevalent in boys, 4 times more likely to happen in boys than girls.
Wow. You know, we were talking a little bit before we started the show today, and you know, one of the things that is so challenging is trying to understand how to care for that child and how to communicate to that child who has autism. So it really is a process, isn't it? You have to first understand that it exists with that child. Then you have to understand the severity, because you have to understand what the challenges are.
Right.
And then you have to understand how to communicate and allow them to communicate. I mean, it's a whole process there.
It really is, and the wonderful thing is as you learn those, it does get better.
Yeah.
I have a child with autism myself. He's now 17, and we're in such a better place than we were when he was little. But he had many sensory issues when he was little. So first we had to figure out how to help him take care of those issues so that he could feel his body the way it needed to be felt, you know, and so that then allowed him to concentrate on other things because those needs were met. Communication was a big thing, so we had to learn that he was a visual thinker, and we had to help him visualize items. So if you said table, he saw the word table in his mind, and we had to attach a picture to that so that then he could use it in a sentence, because he knew how to spell it, he knew how to say it, but he didn't know how to use it until we attached a picture. But it took us quite a few years to figure out that that's the way he thought, and that's what we had to do for him. Once we did, his vocabulary increased, and his awareness of the things around him increased. And he even got to the point where he would say, "What is that?" because he didn't know what the word was that went with that item.
Barb, we're hearing more and more about autistic children. Are there more cases, or is there just more awareness? What's going on with that?
The numbers increasing really are attributed to both. You know, when my son was diagnosed, which was 15 and a half years ago, they told me 1 in 2,000 children had autism. And I remember at the time thinking, wow, that's a lot of kids. Well, now it's 1 in 88. Wow, that's a lot of kids.
How is that?
So they know that better diagnosis does account for some of that. However, if you look around, and just in your own life, when you were a child, how many other kids did you know that had autism? You didn't. But if you look around now, you see kids with autism. Most of us are affected in some way. So there definitely is something going on. We do a lot of research. We know that there is a genetic predisposition to autism. And then there may be environmental triggers. It's not just one trigger. There are different things that are triggering this genetic predisposition so that these children have autism.
And speaking of research, of the over $300 billion of medical research funds, autism only gets less than 1%?
Actually, it's less than 5%, so we get a little bit more than that.
Okay.
And yes, it's very true. Autism is the fastest growing developmental disorder in the United States, and yet we receive the least amount of funding. This is definitely something that Autism Speaks also works on. And in fact, right now we have a petition going around that we're going to have people sign, and we're going to present that to President Obama and Congress, encouraging them to come up with an autism plan.
So if a parent has suspicion, first of all, what are some of the warning signs? And then the second question I have is, where can people go to check it out? So
Right.
what are the things to look for?
So you can definitely go to the CDC or the Autism Speaks website.
CDC
is the Center for Disease Control. You can go to either one of our websites, and both of us have Learn the Signs and facts about autism, you know, things that you can watch for in your children. You know, many of the symptoms of autism, a lot of people have. You know, we all have some of the symptoms. It's how many you have and how severe they are that give you a diagnosis or not. So don't automatically think your child has autism. You should go and you should check. And if you see that your child has more than the norm, or you're concerned about your child, then you should definitely take them to a neurologist or a child psychiatrist for a possible diagnosis, or, you know, so that they can help you determine what's going on. Some of the signs, some of the more typical signs are lack of eye contact, lack of gestural signs as a very young child. You know, most babies point, look, 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 they point at everything. And if you're not seeing that, that could be a red flag. And almost seeming like they don't know anybody is around them. That was a big thing with my son. And then there's regressive autism, which is a child that's developing typically, and then they regress. It's like they unlearn the things that they've already learned. That's a sign too.
And so, you know, thank you for that, because a lot of parents do worry. They start to see these signs and they worry. So the best thing is that they obviously have the child checked. But your website, which is?
AutismSpeaks.org.
And then the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control. People can go there. And this is the information for where you guys are. Do you guys accept donations directly?
We do.
Okay, great. So if our audience wants to donate, they can send this right to you.
At 1121 Olive Executive Parkway, St. Louis, Missouri, 63132, or call 314-989-1003. And again, that's autismspeaks.org. Barb Goode, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Best of luck to you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more of St. Louis Presents and our next guest, Jenny Heim with the St. Louis Science Center. So stay tuned.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
The odds of this daughter of a clergyman spending 11 weeks at #1 on the U.S. singles charts? 1 in 19 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome back, and I'm so looking forward to our next interview with Jenny Heim from the St. Louis Science Center and Planetarium, celebrating your 50th year anniversary. Welcome, Jenny.
Yay.
thank you. It's great to be here.
I have so many fond memories, even recent memories of that place, but I do remember as a kid passing by and just being in awe of that space whole thing. And many people don't realize how closely St. Louis is related to the whole space program.
Yes, indeed. Well, you are not alone. It has been a great joy on this project to talk to so many people about their memories of the planetarium. And really, what we hope to do through this 50th year celebration is to thank the community for the tremendous support they have given the planetarium over the last 50 years. And as you said, you know, many St. Louisans are really closely connected with the space industry. The planetarium opened in 1963, and at that time, McDonnell Aircraft Corporation, which later became McDonnell Douglas, was working on the Mercury and Gemini spacecraft programs. So the people in St. Louis were building the spacecraft that was you know, putting the first human in space right here in St. Louis. So the planetarium has been a way for people to connect with astronomy, space exploration, but again, it's very personal.
Yeah. So I have to tell you that, you know, we were talking in the green room, and love the things like the where you can weigh yourself and see what it costs to send you to the moon. It's so exciting. And so what are some of the things that you guys are doing now to bring people back in to see all the fun exhibits and all the stuff that you guys have in there? What are you doing for the 50th year that we have to look forward to?
We're both bringing back some old favorites and then have some new exciting activities planned. One old favorite is the laser shows. I don't know if either of you have ever experienced a laser show, but they were very popular at the planetarium in the 70s, 80s, even into the 90s. I have so many people, you know, tell me that that's one of their favorite memories of the planetarium. So we have worked with Laserium, which is the original company that developed the laser shows, and those are going to be premiering in the planetarium Friday, April 5th.
Now, you also have a concert?
We do. April 13th through the 21st is our official planetarium celebration week. So lots of activities going on during that week. And Monday, April 15th, an ensemble from the symphony is going to do a concert in the planetarium, which is just a beautiful experience because we do a planetarium show that coordinates with the program, and this particular concert will be selections from the golden record that was put on the Voyager probes, which were sent out into the universe in 1977, and they are still traveling. They're about to reach interstellar space, and on each of those probes is what's called the golden record, and that includes selections of music, images, other sounds that, you know, people at the time felt were very representative of life here on Earth. And so they'll be playing selections from that, and then we'll also be seeing both a planetarium show and images that were on the disc.
Can you imagine life on other planets rocking out to Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good?
Oh, that's so great. So now, so tell me this. This is like the big hullabaloo right now. What else do you have in store for us? Can you tell us what's coming?
Yeah, well, really, we're celebrating the whole year.
Okay, good.
And we've already started having some programs. A few years ago, the planetarium got voted the best place for a cheap date in St. Louis, so we said, we own that. Yeah. Let's celebrate it. So we started doing what we call cheap date nights at the planetarium. So we've had a couple of those already. Also, as part of this celebration, we're opening an exhibition about the planetarium. So that's a chance for people to, again, relive some memories, but also see what we have planned for the planetarium in the future. So as part of developing the exhibition, we launched a public memories campaign, and we asked people, you know, send us your stories, your photos, related to the planetarium, and we got a wonderful response. Prom pictures, wedding videos, and, you know, So these will all be in the exhibition. And something, you know, St. Louis is a place where often people live here their whole lives, or if they move away, they're drawn back. So as we were doing research for the exhibition, for example, we saw a picture in the paper from 1985 of a 12-year-old boy who had taken a rocket building program at the Science Center, at the Planetarium. And there was a picture of him launching his rocket, and it had his name. Like, I wonder if I could find him. So I was able to find him, and he had very vivid memories of that class. He'd kept the rocket. So
Awesome.
we have that rocket.
Awesome. And I think before we go, and thank you so much for coming and joining us, but also you're going to have like 1963 prices.
Yes, that's another big part of our thanking the community for their support. During the celebration week, April 13th through the 21st, a planetarium show will cost what it cost in 1963.
Wow, that's a big rollback.
Thank you so much for coming in with us today.
Well, thank you. And we also, everybody who attends a planetarium show during the celebration week will get this magnet.
Let's make a point to point out that if you want more information, St. Louis Science Center at 5050 Oakland Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri 63139. Call 314-289-4424 or go to slsc.org. Great.
Yes,
thank you
thanks
so much.
again. I can't wait to come and get my 50th anniversary magnets.
Excellent.
Thank you so much, Jenny.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll be right back with more of St. Louis Presents, and we'll be talking to Sonja, and let's see how far she got on that. You think she got it finished?
I think so.
You think so?
I
All right,
can't imagine.
We'll be right back.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Experience St. Louis!
Welcome back, and we are at the segment of the show which has talent oozing out of her pores.
Yeah.
Sonja Robinson, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
You started this at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. How do you do this?
Quickly with my hands.
I mean, seriously, I mean, this was just, none of this was here when we started the show. Yeah. Blank canvas, and you do this. Where do you get this inspiration?
Life itself. I mean, blessing from God, but life experiences and all of that gives me the emotion to kind of pour out through my fingertips.
But you also do this for like parties,
yes,
events.
Same thing.
Share with us, what does that entail?
Well, I cater the art towards the event. So if they're having a masquerade party, it's usually, you know, something masquerade with faces and things of that sort. So I'm catering towards the event.
Nice. You know, I was just saying while we were on break, I absolutely adore your colors. Mm-hmm. You know, every piece of art that you have is like a study in color. It's just gorgeous how you bring it together. It becomes so vibrant. Even the piece behind you right there, I just love the mood that it creates. It's fabulous. So you had said that you do a lot of your artwork to make sure that it fits with the personality of the person who's buying it, or the personality of how, you know, like how they want to use it. Tell us about that.
Like the home. Usually people customize their decor to go with their personality. So when I go into the home for a consultation, I'm sitting with the person to gather, you know, the vibe from them, and also I'm feeling the vibe of the room. So I'm customizing a piece to bring it all together.
That's so great, because art really is, it's different for everyone, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And you've been doing this for how long now?
Well, I've been painting as a hobby forever, but
Okay.
I got back into it after getting into the furniture and design industry, and I noticed how they brought furniture and design and art together. So I started painting, and I enjoyed the flow of art and furniture.
Yeah.
So over the past 4 years, I want to say.
It makes perfect sense, because it is, again, it's about color, it's about shape, it's about form, it's about design. I love all that.
You understand it.
I do. I totally love it. You know, and like I said, I love the movement. Your work has energy in it, doesn't it?
And flow.
Yeah,
I love
energy
the
and
flow.
flow.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Is that the main theme of what you do?
Yes, I would say it is. Over the past few years, it has gravitated towards keeping the flow inside the painting, because I used to do it off of the canvas. But yes.
So in your own words, how would you describe this piece right here?
The strength of a woman.
The strength of a woman.
Yeah,
Okay.
within a small time frame.
I love that. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Now, how do people get in touch with you? How do they find your artwork?
Well, currently I do have a contract with Dolnick's Furniture Store. He's on page. Or they can go to my website, SonjaRobinsonArt.com, and that's Sonja with a J, S-O-N-J-A.
Yes.
All my contact information is there.
And you said that you actually sit and have a consultation with them.
Yes.
So this isn't just like, hey, pick something off the shelf. This is custom made.
Yes.
And you sit and have a consultation, and then what?
And I take pictures of the home, and I take that back to my lab, which is my studio,
Nice.
and I paint.
Sonja
Nice.
Robinson,
Yes.
I am beyond impressed. Thank you so much for
Yes,
coming and
thank
joining
you.
us today.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
I can't wait. We're going to talk. So thanks for being with us. Another great show, wouldn't you say, Vern?
I loved it.
A
I love it.
great
Make sure you
show.
follow us on Twitter at STL Channel. Tell us what you think of the new show and our format, and follow us on Facebook
Yes.
as well. And we'll see you next time.